ASPX tab control can be bound to a data source to dynamically create tabs at runtime. In this video, you'll learn how to bind the tab control to two different types of XML data sources. I'll start with a new ASP.NET application. I've already prepared a set of small images that will be used within the tab headers. I've also copied two XML data files to the website's app data folder. From the toolbox, I drag and drop a tab control onto the page. I'll first bind the tab control to the tabs.xml file. Let's double-click to open and view its content. I've pre-populated this XML file with 3 records. These will be used to create tabs at runtime. Each record has 3 attributes: caption, URL, and image URL. I switch back to the ASP.NET page. I select the tab control, and from its smart tag, invoke the data source configuration wizard. For the data source type, I select XML file and click on OK. In the following window, I click on the Browse button to locate and select the tabs.xml file. I also need to enter an XPath expression to filter the data in the XML file. And I'm done with the data source configuration, so I click on OK to complete the wizard. You can see that based on the number of records in the data source, 3 tabs have been created, but they're missing any of the actual information. This is because the attributes used in the XML file don't match the default property names for each tab item. To fix this, I need to select the control and modify a few of its properties. I set the text field property to caption. You can immediately see that the caption of each tab has changed. However, I still need to specify the URL and image URL fields. I set the navigate URL field property to URL and the tab image URL field to image URL. Now let's change the formatting of the text displayed on each tab. For this example, I want to add the word using in front of the caption. I select and modify the text format string property accordingly, and you can immediately see the result in the design view. I run the application to see the results at runtime. The tab control is created and populated with 3 tabs based on the data from the supplied XML file. I click on Live Search, and I'm taken to the live.com homepage. Now let's see how to bind a tab control to a data source without having to set custom field names at design time. I close the browser and return to Visual Studio. I add a second ASPX tab control to the page. From its smart tag, I invoke the Tabs Collection Editor. For demonstration purposes, I add a new tab. You can see that the default properties for each tab are text, navigate URL, and tab image URL. To avoid manual assignment of field names, we'll need to use these as the property names in our data source. I click Cancel to close the Tabs Editor window. I double-click to open the second XML file located in the App Data folder. This file contains the same records as the previous data file. However, the field names have been changed to match the standard property names of a tab item. I return to Design View. From the smart tag of the tab control, I invoke the Data Source Configuration Wizard. I repeat the same steps as last time, except I'll choose the second XML file as the data source. Upon completing the wizard, you can see that the tab control has been automatically populated with items and is now displaying the correct text along with their corresponding images. And I'm done. I run the application again. And you can see the second tab control configured and displayed automatically. I click on Live Search, and I am again taken to the live.com homepage. Thanks for watching, and as always, thank you for choosing DevExpress.